Hi, friends. Glenda Mala here, and welcome to my craft room tonight. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located on the west coast of Vancouver Island, on the west coast of Canada, in the province of British Columbia. And tonight I am going to show you a really quick and easy way to use up some of those leftover strips of designer paper. And I'm going to show you 3 different cards made with the same technique. So let me just flip you around. I haven't got anything on my table yet because I was just getting myself set up. There we go. Okay, so this is the original card that I made, and you could make it into a Christmas card. I need some thank you cards, so that's why I made it into a thank you card. And it uses the Berry Christmas designer paper, which is on the retiring list for the mini catalog. It came out yesterday, the retiring list, and I'm happy that some of the stuff is staying, and I'm unhappy that some of the stuff is going. But it is the end of the season and time to move on to new stuff. So here's the inside of the card. It's got the cute little sitting bear in there. All right, now, am I live and up and running on YouTube? I am. I'm just checking to make sure that I'm good to go. Okay, so I did this card using the Berry Christmas designer paper, and this bear is from the Berry Christmas designer paper. And then I decided to go on and create this card using the Meandering Meadow designer paper and the New Garden Meadow dies and stamp set. Is that not amazing? And look at these adhesive backed birds and dragonflies. This is new online exclusive stuff that showed up at the beginning of November. I think it was like the 7th of November it went live. But this is the feature of my class in December. I'm doing a whole class on the Garden Meadow suite, and you're going to get some of this beautiful scenic paper. And then I did this on the inside. So they've got, you can color these if you want, but you don't have to. If coloring is not your jam, you don't have to color it. So there's the second card using exactly the same measurements and the same technique. Now these are, this paper was a scene that I cut out that was 3x4, and then I just cut it into 1-inch pieces. But if you've got leftovers designer paper that doesn't do a scene, then you can use it. So this one was not a scene. These 2 matched up, but the rest of them didn't. So you don't need to start out with a 3x4 sheet. You can start out with 4 strips of 1x3-inch designer paper and get rid of all those. I know you're like me. You've got all those extra pieces hanging around, right? Okay, so tonight I'm going to make one out of a completely different suite, different color theme. I'm going to use the Walk in the Forest designer paper. This is the paper that $4 in Canada from each package sold goes to the Salvation Army Christmas hampers to help eradicate loneliness and hunger at Christmas time. And it is retiring as well, this amazing designer paper. Now it coordinates with the Berry Cute punch. So I cut out one of the bears from the designer paper, and I'm going to punch it out with the punch. But I just wanted to remind you that Thursday night in my VIP group, I'm going to share how to create this in pinks. I did this last Thursday on YouTube, and then I did it again on Saturday night in my VIP group. And I have been asked to recreate the card using pinks for the trees. So I'm going to use Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss and see what happens. I don't know. I'm not going to play with it ahead of time. We're going to do it live after I do my technique card on Thursday night. So I hope you can join me. So tonight I'm using a Real Red and Smoky Slate, a little bit of a Wink of Stella. The stamp set is very cute and it's going and I'm sad. The thank you is from Earth and Textures only because I want to have some thank you cards. I could have used Merry Christmas or Warm Wishes or something from this stamp set. Hi, Marcia. And then I'm going to emboss with the Fern embossing folder. Or we could use the Distressed Tile embossing folder. We'll see what happens. Then I'm going to use the very cute Bear Builder punch to punch out the designer paper. So let's just do that right now. I need to get a handle from my garbage because I don't have any way to hold on to this one. I put it in the punch to move it around. So I just grabbed a little strip of leftover cardstock that was in my garbage, and it makes a lovely handle. So you don't have to struggle to get your bear lined up properly because this handle makes it really easy for you. How's Marcia tonight? I'm surprised there's not more people here. Usually we're brimming with people. Oh well, it's busy, busy time in everybody's life. This is going to be a really quick card too. Okay, Marcia, which embossing folder do you want me to use? Distressed Tile or Fern? And it's going to go, I'm going to put a strip of ribbon. Then we're going to put the tree on. Like this. So I'm going to emboss this piece. And I think this one I did the strips in this, like I lined them up going downhill. This one I did a step version. And this one I think I'm just going to do straight across. Distressed Tile, says Marcia. Okay, I'm happy. I got a sneeze too. My gosh, that hasn't happened for a couple of videos now. Hang on. Pardon me. Okay, Distressed Tile it is. And I'm just going to run that through my machine. This may turn out to be too early on YouTube for people to join me live. We'll see what happens. There we go. I like this Distressed Tile. Now, is that carrying over into the new catalog? I don't know. Let's have, who does this? Who goes through page 43? Who goes through their catalog the minute the retiring list is published and puts highlights in there? Distressed Tile is carrying over. Okay, so I go through and I put blue is the ones that are retiring, and then purple is the ones that are carrying over. And then I write on there. And the Autumn Leaves bundle only is retiring, but the stamp set and dies are not. So when you turn the page, the bundle is blue, but the rest of it's purple. So do you do that, Marcia? Do you go through your catalog and mark the things that are retiring? Okay, I'm going to put some Stamp and Seal on here and get this ribbon on. This ribbon is retiring. No, this ribbon is not retiring. This is the white, what's it called? White sheer ribbon. It is not retiring. Silver and white sheer ribbon. That's this one. And it's not retiring. It's carrying forward. This one the iridescent ribbon is retiring. Okay, let's get this on here to make sure that it's straight, because I like my ribbon to be straight. And then I'm going to grab a couple of pieces of Terran tape to put over the top just to hold it in place. So we had the Stamping Up convention was Saturday. It was a virtual convention, so I had some of my team over and we watched it together. And then those of us that registered for it got to order some products from the new catalog ahead of time. And mine are supposed to be here on Thursday. I'm not holding my breath that it will actually be Thursday. No, you watch another demo do that. So I'm thinking of doing an unboxing when it arrives. So either Thursday night's a little busy because now I've decided to do that tree technique again in pinks. So it may not be Thursday. May end up being Friday. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take my tree designer paper. This is part of the Walk in the Forest paper. And I'm going to put it here. Now I'm not going to push it down. I want it just to sit there until I get it all on so I know where I'm going to put it. Okay. This is a pattern because I had exactly this size piece left over from projects that I was doing. So tomorrow I have my Merriest Trees class. I'm excited. Bunch of people coming to stamp with me in person. It's going to be fun. Got everything all laid out today. Got the chocolate on the table because you can't stamp without chocolate on the table. There we go. That's kind of cool. And I got it all lined up the first time. I'm so impressed. Okay, comes the bear, and the bear is already stamped and colored. So I don't have to do anything other than put dimensionals on it to pop it up. But of course, I'm putting lots of dimensionals on it because that's what I do. I'm the dimensional queen. I'm thinking I need to go back to 8 o'clock on YouTube because I don't seem to have anybody except Marsha watching. But that's okay. There'll be lots of people watch the replay, right? This is a really quick and easy way to make thank you cards or Christmas cards or birthday cards, whatever kind of cards you need to make. Okay, real red, and the thank you stamp. Now this thank you comes from the Earth and Textures bundle stamp set. I like the font in it. It's clean and crisp, and it's different with the lines under the A and the O. And I'm going to flag one end of it. Let's put the lid on the stamp ink pad before I end up getting ink everywhere. So, if you guys aware that there is a seasonal sale happening at Stamping Up this week, today and tomorrow and Thursday, you can save, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget how much. 10% on ribbons and trim. Now, these products are all from the annual catalog. 10% on ribbons and trims, 15% on ink pads, re-inkers, markers, and blends, and 20% on cardstock and specialty paper. Hi, Janet. You're not late? I'm still stamping. Well, I'm almost done, but that's okay. It's okay. I have more thank you cards because I was running out of thank you cards. I need to make about 40 or 50 of them. Now that I know what designer paper is retiring, I can do that. Okay, I'm going to put a bear. Did you manage to grab some bargoons, Marcia? I got some cardstock and some specialty stuff and some markers and some grid paper and envelopes. Yep. Managed to get a few orders in for customers too, to save them some money. Had some club people who wanted cardstock for their club order, so I got that in today and saved them 12% or 20% on it. No, you didn't get any stuff. I decided I want to put a baby bear on here. I don't know. This mummy looks lonely without her baby bear there. And it's just so cute, right? Okay. Like, where did I put that stamp down? All right, and we'll just put adhesive on this. Get this inside the card, and then we're done. And look at that. It's like 717. We should do you want to make another one? I got lots of time. We should go make one out of that designer paper that we used last night. That floral, what was it called? Should we do that? Should we go rogue and make a fourth card right from scratch? Because, okay, which one do you like best? The blue one, the green one, or card 1, card 2, or card 3? Which one is your favorite? Which one would you rather have? 1, 2, or 3? And while you're doing that, I'm going to go and grab some cardstock, because let's make a card like we did last night with this gorgeous floral paper. Because why not, right? It is pretty. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna. We'll use the same colors. So I used Berry Burst and white. Berry Burst. Couple of white. Some of this. Some of this. Number 2. Yes, Marcia, I think I like number 2 as well. That garden meadow suite is amazing. And this paper is awesome. Okay, let's make a floral card. I'm going to take some Berry Burst cardstock. I love all the cards. Number 2, yes, I agree, Janet. That number 2 one is nice. I think we're done with the bears, right? Too many bears. But I have that paper and I really want to use it. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to use I'm going to use. What shall I use? I wonder. Do you think we could fake it and make this? Hi, Mary from Ontario. Thank you. I'm going to use this embossing folder and see if maybe we can fake it and make it look like it's all one. Because I really like this. But I don't, if we're going to do a card this way, I want to have my squiggles going this way. It might not work, and we might have to start all over again. So it's not thick. These are not thick embossing folders, so I just had to switch my standard here. There we go. So there's one. And then if we flip it around this way, maybe we can kind of make it sort of work. Make it look like it's cohesive. There. Try that. Try that, see if it works. And sometimes, you know, these little embossing folders, I really want to use them. But they're too narrow for what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You can't even tell that I had to piece it together. That's awesome. This is one of the cheery patterns. The other one is circles. See the circles there? These are on the retiring list. They're going away. Now, before we decide what ribbon to use, let's decide. Let's get some design. Now, last night when I showed you this, I showed you the 6x6 pieces, but it is 12 by 12 paper. It's not 6x6 paper. It's 12 by 12. I just had some cut. So that's the one we used last night. But there's also the other side of this paper. Okay. Which pattern shall we use for our strips? Now, let me get this one out that I made tonight. Here's the card that I just made. So we need 4 strips of designer paper that are 1 by 3. So which pattern should we use to make those? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? And while you're doing that, I think I'm going to fussy cut 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And I'm just going to fussy cut this flower out. And maybe we can make this one work too. Because we're going to need flowers for the front. So this bundle, the translucent floral bundle, is not retiring. Well, okay, the bundle price is retiring, but the individual stamp set and dies are not retiring. So if you've been on the fence like me about this one, we're going to have it for another year, because when they said that it's going forward into another publication, that means it's going to be, I believe, in the annual catalog, the new one in May. So we're going to have an entire year to use this again. We were able to pre-order this for a function last year, and I didn't get it. And then since then, I have been kind of on the fence about it. Mary says 4, Janet says 3. So who has this translucent floral bundle? Should I be getting this before the bundle pricing runs out on the 3rd of January? I don't know. It's one of those, I put it on my list to order and then I take it off, and then I put it on and then I take it off. But now with this gorgeous paper, do I really need the dies, the stamp set and the dies? Maybe I should just get some more of this designer paper, because it's only $17 package. Now this is not on sale in the with the seasonal sale because this is an online exclusive. Janet says, want it, don't have it. I know. Janet, there's only so much we can buy, right? Okay, I'm going to cut this out because I might be able to use this underneath that one or on the inside. It's not difficult to fussy cut these. And they're so, I love the colors that they've used. So it's Calypso Coral and Bubble Bath, Berry Burst, along with, let's see, what are the greens? Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. So the green is Parakeet Party, which is why it's so bright and happy, because Parakeet Party is a bright, happy color. And I'm going to be sad to see it go in May when it retires, because it is unfortunately retiring. Its time is written in Stampin' Up! Land. Oh, Mary has it. She says it's awesome. The stamp set stamps nicely. Oh, that's always a good thing. I love it when the stamp set is got good, crisp, clean images. Just about done here. Are you tired of watching me fussy cut yet? And I'm not even doing, oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't even doing it in camera. I keep telling my team members, when you're videoing, you have to make sure that you stay in camera view. Don't creep off, because people get frustrated and leave. All right. Just about done. I think this is the same image that I used last night, only this is just a part one instead of the full one. Just about done. I'm hurrying. If I'd have known I was doing this, I would have fussy cut those ahead of time. Okay. So we only had 2 choices. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 are the 2 choices. So we'll put these ones away. Or we could do the other side. I might have to cut that. I'm cutting it. You don't like to fussy cut, Marcia? See, that can go in there like that, and this can go in there like that, and we'll have that's got to come off. So do you still want 3 or 4? Oh, Marcia said number 1. Now I forget what number 1 was. This was 3 and 4. And that was the last one. I think this was number 1. Okay, so I'm going to put this one away, and I'm going to put this one away. And we're going to vote again. Are you ready? 1, 2, or 3? 4, 5, or 6? 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6? Just going to cut this off because kind of in the way. And I'm just putting a little bit of tape on here so I can hide this in behind that, like that. And do the same thing with this one. In behind here, we'll make a little spray of flowers. Of course, it's not too high. There. See, even though the flowers have flat on one end, is still no reason to throw them away. Okay, so now we have this, or 4 and 6. Kind of gets washed out, doesn't it? 4. Okay, we'll cover up number 5 because nobody voted for number 5. 4. This one. This one. This one, I think. And maybe we'll punch a circle, a white circle, put in behind there. Okay, let's do that. Probably shouldn't have berry burst, but that's okay. All right, so I need a 3x4 piece of this, and then I need to cut the 4 into 1-inch slices. So I'm going to cut 3 inches first, and then 4 1-inch pieces. And I'll just get my trimmer here. 3 inches. So out of this one piece, I'm going to get 2 card fronts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you're going to get 5 card fronts because when you cut that off, you cut off 2 inches, which is 2 of these slices. So you're going to get 3 card fronts out of a 6x6 piece of designer paper. And one more. Hi, Kathy. All right. Now we have like that. Then we have this to put here. I like that contrast. Maybe the iridescent ribbon. Oh, wait, there's this calypso coral stuff that I've never used. Let's try this. See what this is going to look like. I get all this ribbon and then I don't have a chance to use it. What do you think? Should this be calypso coral, this background? I'm thinking that I'm not liking the berry burst with that, although it does have berry burst in it. What do you think? We could do two. We could do two ribbons. Do one ribbon and then do another ribbon and have 2 of them like that. The solid is better. I agree, Mary. Okay, let me go and get calypso, maybe. Oh, how about pretty peacock? Pretty peacock. I have one already done. What about that? That looks a little bit better, eh? It doesn't clash so much. All right. Going to put 2 strips of that ribbon on here. So I need 2 pieces about that size. So when I'm cutting my ribbon, when I'm cutting multiple pieces like that, I do one and then I cut it in half and then, or I fold it in half. And then if you can do as many as you want and they'll all be the same length. We might end up doing 3. But you know what I think I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to put the designer paper on and put the ribbon on top of the designer paper just because of the color that it is. I think it would be nice to have that dark and that contrast. Put that one up there. And put this one down here. I know that these are not straight. I have to lift it up to make sure they're straight because I can't see when it's at this angle. There. Okay, so that one's relatively straight. Maybe it didn't turn out too bad at all. This one is too close. Just to go over just a hair. So Stampin' Up! Is having their next convention in Houston, Texas. And today was registration day. So excited. I've never been to Texas. I'm looking forward to On Stage in Texas. But we were thinking, my friend Leanne and I were thinking of going down there a day early to do some stuff in Houston, because I was sure there was stuff to do in Houston. And one of our friends, Kathy Howes, said, we call her Kathy America, said, what do you want to do in Houston? There's nothing to do in Houston unless you go to the Space Center. So now we're thinking maybe we won't go early. Maybe we will just go the day ahead because we have to be there by 4:00 on Thursday and we can't make it down there in one day in time for that. So we would have to go down the day before. So does anybody know of anything in Houston that we need to do, that we need to get there a day ahead of the convention? Is there anything we should be doing? One of our Silver sisters, Elizabeth, works for the company that does the space arm, the Canada arm on the spaceship, and other stuff for the space. And we were hoping that she was going to come down there so she could get us in to the space station and maybe see stuff that normal people don't get to see. But she can't come. So now we're not sure we want to go to the space station because it wouldn't be the same. Hi, Connie. All right. There we go. Okay, this is going on the card. I guess before I put it on the card, I should say, wait, where's my map? 2 or 3 stripes of ribbon. I only put 2 on there. Is 2 enough or should there be 3? Maybe we need to put one in between like that. Because this is going to go here. Up over top of it. So 3 stripes of ribbon or 2 stripes of ribbon. Still thinking I want to see if our big punch would work with that. We have a 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Oh yeah. And I want to back this with some white. Grab it. chunk of white here. Has anybody got an opinion about 2 or 3 stripes of that ribbon? 3 is good, says Marcia. Oh yeah, I like that. Gives it a little bit of substance back there. Vellum under the flower. Vellum under the flowers. Oh, vellum under the flowers. Oh, what about, where is it? What about the vellum basics? 3. So I ordered these things off of Amazon. They are 12 by 12 paper organizers. And what a find. Is that going to be big enough? Nope. Because they don't close, so they're always open. And I hate having to open and close stuff all the time. So they're open at the top. They have a little tabs. You can number things and you can put them in this way so that your tabs are hanging out. But I like them because they're gusseted. Can you see that? And I can get up to 4 packages of designer paper or specialty paper in one of those. So I always know at a glance whether I have an extra package of the paper that I'm working with for cards. Because sometimes, you know, I'm doing a class and I don't have enough. Okay, vellum under the flowers. I'm going to put 3 layers on of ribbon. I'll put one in between. Vellum under the flowers, or white under the flowers, or vellum on white under the flowers. Which one? Well, I cut a 3rd piece of this twine because I might as well use lots of it because I do believe it's retiring. I have used some. Not like it's brand new. So white, vellum, or both under those flowers. Which one makes your heart happy? And I'll just pop this 3rd strip in here. And then I have to get some more. Another piece of tear and tape over top of each one of those to hold it in place. This is a really versatile layout, this one. You can do a lot with this, and if you're like me and you have leftover strips of designer paper, you can use them up. Good excuse to cut into your designer paper. Just vellum, says Marcia. Just vellum. There we go. Anybody else got an opinion of whether vellum or white or both? Put that down like that. Marcia says just the vellum. Okay. Vellum it is. Put adhesive on this so it sticks to the vellum. And then I'll pop that vellum up on dimensionals. Oh, Janet says vellum. Okay, there we go. Now, we'll put it on right that way. So that way, get some dimensionals underneath where the flowers are, so they're hidden. Sure. Nope. Nope. Too big. I have to use baby ones. Use the baby ones. I'm trying to avoid the going on top of that twine, and I haven't quite got it. This needs to go down there. There we go. Perfect. And then I'll get a chunk of white. We'll put a sentiment on it and we'll be done. I don't remember how it was. Well, there we go. There we are. Okay, I'm going to cut 1/2 inch of this because it's there and I just want to use it. And the sentiment, which is not on a block because I had the bear on there. Oh, fell on the floor. And I think I'm going to use Berry Burst. Now I re-inked this ink pad because I'm getting ready for Thursday and I'm going to do the tree background technique. And I'm using Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. So I re-inked my ink pads today, so I have lots of ink to work with them on Thursday. So join me over in my VIP group at 7 o'clock Pacific time on Thursday. And we are going to make that tree background technique together in Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. I think it's going to look amazing. Excuse me. Okay, put this on and then our card is done, and then I will finish off the inside and the envelope afterwards. Let's just tuck that underneath there like that. There we go. And of course, what card is not complete without some Wink of Stella? There's some lines of Wink of Stella on the flowers. So there I took a piece of designer paper that was on the edge that you would normally just throw away because you can't use it, and stuck it in behind a full one. And let's see, if I cut this one out, I can put this on the inside. We'll see what it looks like. And then we've kind of got continuity. The only stamping we did is the sentiment. I like fussy cutting, and I know that a lot of people do not. So Frenchie Martin calls this creating on the fly. When you just grab a bunch of stuff and create a card. So what do you think about this designer paper? Are you convinced that it's gorgeous and you need it? Don't forget to register for my emails too, because when I send out my emails every week, I send out a free tutorial and you don't have to do anything. I think that has to go on this side though. Oh, there's another one here. Thanks, Marcia. Just, I know I said I would be finished, but I feel the pull to put this, to finish the inside of this card so that you guys can see what it looks like. This is a quick and easy card. And you can see there's, I'll get the cards out. There's 4 different cards using the same layout, the same dimensions, different designer papers. You could use stamp sets instead of fussy cutting the designer paper out. Oh yeah. The only thing with putting this in here is you have to use Tombow because I can't get the stamp and seal close enough to the edge. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do on the envelope. It's going to run a bead of this Tombow around the outside, and then let it dry so it becomes glue dots. Up before I put my fingers in it. Oops. I'm sorry if you're commenting. I am not watching because I'm busy. I have it, but have not yet used it. Not enough hours in the day. I hear you, Connie. I hear you. Holy man, wouldn't it be nice if there was like 48 hours in the day and we didn't have to work, sleep, or eat? Then we could craft all those hours. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. I'm putting this in here because I'm not stamping on it, so I can stick it in here. There's that. Now the envelope. The envelope, what should we put on the envelope? This flower needs to be, I don't know, it just doesn't look right if I stick it on the side because it needs to be like that. And that one's too big. It's all right. I can stamp on that afterwards. Let's get these on the inside so that we can finish. I'll put that right down to the bottom and line it up right on the edge like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Leaf right down at the bottom. There we go. There's the inside. Ta-da! 2 cards in less than an hour. So let's just review them when I find them, because of course they're buried under my mountain of crafter math. Okay, so the first one I created was Berry Cute using the Berry Christmas designer paper. Then the second one I created was using the Meandering Meadow designer paper and Meadow Garden stamps and dies. I love this fence. It's amazing. Doesn't that just make you want to go for a walk? This was the third one I made using the Walk in the Forest designer paper. And then there is, this one is called Delightful Floral. Look at that. And they're all used, all the same layout. They all have ribbon. And they're also quick to do, different embossing. This one has the fern, that one has the distressed tile. This one was the exposed brick, and this one I used one of the cheery pattern ones. I might just have to make a whole bunch more of these because I do need some thank you cards desperately. which is a good thing because that means that all my lovely customers have been ordering, and I do appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Tomorrow I have my Marius Trees class, so I won't be live, but I will be live at 7 o'clock in my VIP group on Thursday. And I have a technique to show you. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the tree background technique in Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. I think it's going to look amazing. Thanks, Marcia, for saying all four pretty. I do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you soon in my craft room. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that button down over there. There. Hit that subscribe button. And then say when the bell icon comes up, say all, and it will let you know when I go live and every time I upload a video. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon in my craft room. Stamp and smiles. Bye for now.